Hi, Melissa here with the Stamping Ninja. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be making this fun card right here, a birthday hello. It's made with the irresistible blooms and it is done in basic black, lemon lolly, and sweet sorbet. So let's get started. Okay, so what you're first going to do is take a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of basic black cardstock, score it at 4 1/4, and fold and burnish your edges there with your own folder. And next we're going to make the piece that goes on top. For the background, we're just going to stamp on this 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic black cardstock, and we're going to be using this stamp right here for a little texture. So I'm just going to stamp with some Versamark ink, just in a random pattern, and when you're stamping you should be able to see it a little bit. So you could do it in sections where you stamp and then emboss and then stamp and then emboss, but I'm doing it quickly enough, so hopefully we can get them all done in one shot. Now I'm using the white embossing powder. So there's that side, and again it's just random, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like. So that's what it'll end up being. And I'm just gonna take my heat tool here. Okay, so after that's done, we're gonna take a 7-inch piece of the Lemon Lolly 3/8" ribbon from the sheer ribbon combo pack. Just gonna measure it out here. 7 inches. Going to take our Stampin' Seal. I'm gonna put this ribbon just right across the middle there. Oh, the ribbon is not cooperating. Take our Stampin' Seal. Just give a little bit of glue there on each side. Wrap that around. Make sure it's even. Which it's not. A little adjustment there. There we go. And we're going to attach this to our card base with Stampin' Dimensionals. I like to put mine in the corners. Definitely one in the middle there from the long side, and I'm just going to put one over each of these ribbons right here just to reinforce them a little bit too, and then don't want the middle sagging, so a couple there. And take off the backs here. You don't have to use as many dimensionals as I do. I'm just like to make sure it's sticking up in all the areas. All right, so that'll go centered on the card, like so. And then we're gonna add our flowers. So I have embossed these flowers with some black embossing powder, and it is on a piece of Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And I'm just gonna take my Whisper White watercolor pencil, and I'm going to color these flowers in. I'm doing this just to soften the look of these flowers. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm also trying to avoid going over the black, because I don't want it to chip and peel off. So just trying to go inside and only color the part where the Sweet Sorbet is showing through. See, sometimes a little bit of the black comes off when you go over it. You don't want that to happen too much, so I'm gonna do this to all 3 of my flowers. Okay, after I color all of those in, I'm going to take my water painter, and I'm just using the really thin brush, but you can use the medium size if you want to. Just make sure I got some water in there. And I'm just gonna go over all that white that we just did. And this is just to soften the white lines that are in there. That way it doesn't look like we colored it with a colored pencil. I don't know if you can see the difference between this one and this one, but I think it makes a little bit of difference there. Gives it a nice softness. So we're just going to do that to all 3 of the flowers. Get a little bit of, if you get an area that has a little too much white in it and it's streaking, you can just go over it again and it'll make that disappear. All right, just gonna let those dry for a minute, and then we're going to cut them out with the dies. So I went ahead and cropped my 3 flowers out, and those are going to be added to the front of the card here, and we're going to use more dimensionals to do that. But before we do that, you're going to need to cut out some leaves in lemon lolly cardstock, and I have cut out some already. Just need to gather them. They kind of went flying everywhere. So you're gonna need 4 leaves, like so. And your flowers are gonna go over here on this side. Something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and glue some of these leaves onto the back of my flowers. No one wants to come out too much. So I'm going to end up putting these over here somewhere. So we're just going to attach it like so. One glue bottle didn't want to come out, and now this one wants to come out too much. Just can't win today. So that one's going to eventually go about right there. I'm going to put one out here. On this side. So something like that. And I'm not gluing these down to the card yet. Just trying to get some placement here. So that'll go somewhere right there. This one will go here. This one will go there. So I'm gonna want this little guy to be down here somewhere. So I'll just put them right there on that one. Something like that. All right, so let's put these on with some dimensionals. And anytime I have leaves hooked to the back like this or glued to the back, I like to reinforce them with my dimensionals, just so they stay on there. And some on this guy. And reinforce that one right there. All right, we're going to start with the big one. And somewhere like that. And then this other big one. And I'm not putting it the same direction, changing it here. So we'll go right there. And then lastly, the small one. And we wanted that leaf to kind of come out to the bottom somewhere. So, like that. Okay, and for our sentiment, you're going to stamp the word hello on a piece of lemon lolly cardstock using your Versamark, and then use your black embossing powder on top of that. So that's what I have here. I've already done that step. And I'm going to take my double oval punch and just punch that out, just like so. And we're going to put that one right here with some dimensionals. Just like so. And to finish it off, we're going to add some embellishments. I'm going to be using the adhesive back solid gems since they're lemon lolly. Since lemon lolly is one of the colors, so, well, doesn't want to pick it up. Put one right there. I'm going to use a small one there, and then a medium. Whoops. Well, stuck to me. It's not good. Keeps wanting to stick to me. Do you ever have those days? Actually, I think I'm going to move this one. And we're going to put it right there. There. So that's it. You got a card done in basic black, lemon lolly, and sweet sorbet.